Every year, in spring and autumn, trucks travel back and forth between Kashgar in China and Gilgit in Pakistan. These people are returning to Pakistan with their trucks laden with Chinese goods. Chinese people seeing the Pakistanis off. People engaged in frontier trade part company at this pass after final handshakes. Thank you for all your troubles. We will be sure to visit Gilgit in autumn.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
They must leave the ridge behind before the snowfall becomes severe. They must travel over the mountain road for more than 200 kilometers to reach Gilgit. An amicable relationship is the primary reason for interchange between Gilgit and Kashgar. Neither side spends foreign currency. Barter is the means of trade. We were told that sundry items of everyday use, such as ceramic ware, tea and thermal bottles, and an abundance of silk fabrics are brought from Kashgar. Trucks in Gilgit are delightful just to look at. They are decorated with colourful pictures and patterns. The road in early spring, when the snow begins to melt, is full of danger. Travellers meet avalanches and landslides here and there. Ali Khadra, the driver, had his first opportunity to travel to Kashgar. He had been looking forward to this chance. The running condition of the truck has been my greatest worry, as the air is thin around the ridge, he said while looking straight ahead as he was driving over an unfamiliar road. Some 100 kilometers from the ridge, the ravine became somewhat wider. The 10 trucks picked up speed and raced on towards Gilgit. The Karakoram highway we are following was built by cutting open the mountain ranges. The elevation around here is 3,500 meters. We came upon a villager herding a flock of yak near the glacier, though the place was a world sealed by rocks and glaciers. The yaks are the only means of transporting cargo at such high altitudes. The Chinese history book describes the road that runs along this place towards Gandhara as the oldest of the ancient trade routes. Silk was transported over this road. Buddhism from India was brought into China over this road. This is the Silk Road, featuring snow, ice and rocks. We, the coverage team, are headed for Gandhara over the very same road. We have descended to an altitude of 2,500 meters and begin to notice that it is becoming warmer. Wheat, potatoes and onions are planted mainly on the little field area available. The apricot season is a time when even old people and children are mobilized to do farm work. Grey, turbid water from melting snow is the water supply that sustains life in Hunza. The conduits, built by the villagers in full force, guide the water from the mountains to the fields, and from the fields into the houses. What the women are concerned with most are apricot blossoms, since apricots which ripen in autumn are made into preserved food which is indispensable in winter. A building that served at one time as the castle for the Mir of Hunza remains on the low hill in the village. It is known as the Baltit Castle. Hunza has a long history. The king and his clan, who used to live in the castle, are said to have come from Iran 900 years ago. The people carried on brisk interchange with China, and as many travelers stopped over in this area, the kingdom prospered for a long time. We encountered a wedding procession. People were taking the bride to the home of the bridegroom. The bride did not show us her face. We were told that it was the custom to keep the veil on till the wedding ceremony is over. People's rejoicing adds gaiety to spring in Hunza. With blossoms and snowy mountains, the people of Hunza have led quiet and peaceful lives for centuries in this village facing the Silk Road.
Valley in Hunza.
Hunza is a village well known throughout the world for its people's long lifespan.
Has always been the seat of the Mir of Hunza, of this area. Assalamu alaikum. Aiye.
Ayuh.
Chalo. Chalo beta, shabash. The place, as you know, looks a little dirty, but that's how life is here.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Kya haal hai ji? Assalamu alaikum. Please come.
Yep.
I want you to meet Mr. Ali Murad that you have come to meet from so far.
We visited the oldest man in the village who lived near the Baltit castle.
हिरोसे साहब हैं हिरोसे साहब जापान से आए हैं और ये
मुबारक हो
टीम
आपको
के लीडर हैं
इनका आपका इकबाल बुलंद हो
The old man, named Ali Murad, was sitting leisurely with his great-grandchild in his lap.
दुआ करके इकबाल बुलंद हो
जी
इनको इज्जत बुलंद होना जनाब
अच्छा
उठाकर उसको
अच्छा।
चाय तैयार
अच्छा
है
आइए चाय पीते हैं आइए
हम चाय
आइए,
पी
तशरीफ
के
लाइए।
आपको तशरीफ लाओ
आप आइए
The old man received us cheerfully in spite of our unannounced visit. He called another family living nearby and served us tea. The tea contained large amounts of milk and sugar. When we wanted to know his age, he said he should be 108 years old. His hearing and sight were still good. He told us in the local dialect, known as Rushuski, about his younger days. Do you remember going to China? It must have been some 70 years ago. We took some tributes. I went together with many friends, but the journey was hard. Tashkogan was the first place we visited. The backyard was readied for dancing before we realized what was going on. The old man said he would perform dances for the coverage team from a far-off land. We were worried somewhat, wondering if an old man of 108 years could really dance. But without concerning himself with such thoughts, the old man began to move about in time with the flute and the drums. The old man's remembrances of his journey through life seemed to have been touched by this dance, which he said he learned at the castle in his younger days. How delightful it was when we danced at Kashgar. In Khotan, we used to dance till late at night. We, the Silk Road coverage team, left Hunza behind and continued with the downhill travel along the Karakoram highway.